What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Going to be playing a game on PTCGO today, and I've got the brand new Alolan Ninetales GX paired up with Gardevoir, match made in heaven. These two were meant to be together. Super cool deck here. I was already a fan of Gardevoir GX paired with Swampert, and now Swampert Guardy is much easier to set up. And I know some people might think it's funny that I'm still playing Swampert in the Guardy deck. I think it's just even better now that we have Elm. You could go get your Mudkips easier. We also got the Alolan Ninetales GX Mysterious Guidance can help you just set up that Swampert super easy. And then we just have options for super boost energy. We have options to just keep our deck drawing cards throughout the course of the game, because even though Alolan Ninetales GX does really help with the consistency of setting up our stage 2 Pokemon, you can really get out the gates here quick and get a great setup early. This is a nightmare. We are playing against a Duskmane Necrozma deck. That's fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be totally okay. I'm not worried in the slightest. Are you guys worried? I'm not worried. We're going to be fine. So we should just go in probably with an Ultra Ball, and we could Lily next turn, or I could Lily this turn. So we want to get rid of the Timer Ball probably in that Choice Band probably. And there's one or two things we could do. We could either go get, we could either go get a Pokemon like Vulpix, and we could just start to set up. That, or I get Lele, and we could go for Elm's Lecture, and then next turn we Lily. I think that's cool. I actually like that a lot. Let's just get the Lele, and then we'll get the Elm's Lecture. Next turn, we'll go in and Lily, and we'll also get a Swampert. We're guaranteed a Swampert. We don't really need to lean too heavily on Vulpix, especially since we're going first, and we just have a pretty stellar starting hand here. The main thing we have to worry about is the fact that our deck is just completely weak to metal. So that is a minor concern, but we'll be all right. I do have Alolan Ninetales, and Alolan Ninetales does have a pretty dope GX attack, which guarantees knockouts on Ultra Beasts. So that's an option that I can go in with early. I probably am going to get myself a Vulpix just so that I have that option to get early on here. And then, yeah, we're like kind of locked and loaded, ready to go. And let's just hope that my opponent doesn't get off to the craziest start. Though, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I play against Magnezone decks on PTCGO, they're just out there doing exactly what they need to do. They're baking the cake. They got Turd 2 Magnezone. They've got just Bing Bam, Shaboom. They got all sorts of Meteor, Tempest, Sun's Eclipse GX. They never miss anything that they need. So my opponent has got it. They just Stevens. They definitely have it, right? They have a stellar Turd 2 just ready to go. I, on the other hand, have to consider the following. What do I want to do here? I could Beacon. That could be safe. Let my opponent take the first knockout, then I will respond with a knockout. That's probably fine. I don't want to go just all in trying to get some crazy attack here. I would need like way too much going on. So I think like we're guaranteed going here, and then I probably will end up retreating this guy in the active position. But let's Lily first, see what we end up Lilying into. Alrighty then, this is pretty great actually. So I have that, and then we could Rare Candy into Guardy on the bench, and then we'll just retreat. I guess, yeah, let's Power Draw 2, but what do we want to Power Draw away? I don't want to actually Power Draw away any of this stuff because I really like this hand. So let's just retreat, and then I will keep the Fairy Energy for next turn. To go on to one of my Ninetales, we'll just Beacon because I'm going to get the automatic knockout. I'm just going to start off with the GX here for sure. Let's get ourselves, the Super Boost could be super sick too. I would really like that. But we can use that next turn. I'm just thinking, let's see, we've already got our Swampert into play. We'll want this guy, and then we'll also want, I already have Rare Candy in hand, so that is awesome. And that means I just need to get a Guardy. I do have one Timer Ball in deck, but I think I Ultra Balled it away already. So we could get, I'm like thinking way too ahead. I could just go get a Guardy. Yeah, we're going to get a Guardy. What am I thinking? I'm like thinking that I need to get items right now, but that's next turn. Yep, so we're going to use Mysterious Guidance here, And I always get my beacons and my mysterious guidances like mixed up in my head. Like you do one, then the other, but I'm always like kind of thinking about what I'm going to mysterious guidance for while I'm beaconing, because you kind of have to do them together in your head. But I, weirdly enough, actually don't really need to get anything off of Mysterious Guidance here. I'll probably grab like some choice bands and things like that in order to just help out with my damage output against this Necrozma. But we are going to take the automatic knockout. That's just what we're going to do. So we're going to throw this thing active, throw the Vulpix active. We're probably not knocking it out any other type of way. Ooh, they've got Stack Attack in the mix. What a nightmare. This is just, oh, horrible. But they don't knock out anything. So they stacked their hand, but they didn't get a knockout. So that's pretty wild for me. I'll definitely take it. And then we have to hope that we draw into another Fairy Energy. So we're just going to Secret Spring to the active there. We're going to evolve this thing. It would be cool to play like an Energy Recycler in this list. Honestly, the deck is just like very tight as it is. So there's not just like a ton of room for that stuff. We'll get just the choice band, and then I think I don't really have anything in the discard pile worth getting, right? No, there's nothing down. All right, so choice band is cool. Everything else is a waste. We're just going to get choice band. And then we'll Cynthia. I'll put the choice band here. And Cynthia, go grab a new hand of 6. We've got Fairy Energy on deck. Very good. Wow, and we got another Alolan Ninetales as well, but I'm not going to use that this turn because I really don't need to. We're just going to power draw away that Swampert, get some more juice in our hand. We've got Secret Spring. Yup, going to throw that onto the active Ninetales there, and then we'll attach for turn. Start building up a big Guardy because we're going to need it. And then let's Sublimation GX, get this thing out of here, knocked out, busted. Honestly, the Alolan Ninetales is just so good. Check that out. There's so many decks that Sublimation GX is good against. And then the fact that you could just get out the gates and use that early, I don't need a ton of energy to pull that attack off. I just don't. I can just allocate 2 energy to the active, take a huge knockout that I wouldn't have gotten with a Gardevoir GX while I continue to set up my board kind of behind the Ninetales. The Ninetales is just so aggressive, so good. Snowy Wind helps soften things up as well and can take knockouts on smaller Pokemon like Cutiefly and Magnemite. So just awesome, awesome card, and really jives beautifully with Gardevoir GX since we just have so many options to accelerate energy onto the Alolan Ninetales. I'm also playing Alolan Ninetales in my Decidueye deck. If you caught that video a couple days ago, it's just, or maybe yesterday, depending on when I filmed this. But it goes really well in that deck too. But as you saw, there's just not as many options to attack with the Alolan Ninetales, since you got to kind of run Rainbow, or you got to run a split of Grass and Fairy Energy. It's just not nearly as stable as just going in with Guardy and getting to Secret Spring to your Alolan Ninetales. It's just absolutely awesome. Sweet stuff. That's actually the first time that I ever used Sublimation GX, so that is super dope. I mean, not only is it good against Necrozma, as we just saw here, but also really good against Blacephalon, and Blacephalon can be a really tight matchup, actually. It's really close because you're kind of just exchanging these big one-hit knockouts, but Ninetales is fantastic for just getting in there and blowing up a Blacephalon early on. My opponent was able to promptly respond there with the Stack Attacka, so we need to go in and respond right back with this Guardy. So let's see what is going to be the best course of action for us. I think, you know, we can evolve. Yeah, what are we going to go get, though, out of the deck, really, with this Alolan? I'm not sure that we really need anything out of the deck. We really just want, we will take something out of the deck for sure, I guess, just to thin the deck, but that is not really the best place to use this, but that's fine. We'll just do these things here. I'm not sure, Rescue Stretcher is not useful. We can Ultra Ball. I already have Ultra Ball in my hand. I just want to Ultra Ball more things away, though, honestly, so that I can have a higher chance of drawing into my energy cards, which I need to knock out this thing. So we're just going to Ultra Ball a bunch of stuff away, and I probably didn't need to do this, but we're gonna. So I'm gonna Ultra Ball away these things here, and then we're gonna get a Ralts for sure, and we're gonna bench that. And then, I don't think I have it. Do it. actually, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. No, I don't have it because they have the ability there. So that is preventing me from just having it outright. Then we'll Ultra Ball away. Yeah, I was gonna. We got the Ralt. I could have done this in a way where I Ultra Ball for something I didn't want, and then potentially, I don't know. I gotta think about this a little bit more. I get those two, and then no, I have to just one of the Ultra Balls not getting used. That's okay. We'll just fail that, and then we're going to Secret Spring, throw a Fairy Energy onto the active. Now we just need one more energy, which we should be able to get. We're gonna Cynthia for a ton of stuff here. Yup, and we're good to go. So we also get to Power Draw. We are not going to need that Ralts for sure. We've got plenty of those in play. And check that out, just a handful of energy, exactly what we wanted here. Now we do have to tread a little bit carefully because, let's see, we don't want to put myself in a situation where I just get return knocked out by this Necrozma and then don't have any way to knock out that thing for game. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We only need one more Fairy Energy, really, but we could Secret Spring that Fairy Energy onto the active there, and then we could just attach the DCE to our benched one. So now we're good. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, Infinite Force. We definitely got a knockout there. And then for game, I could just go, DCE, Secret Spring. We've got our 4th rare candy, so we actually could just super boost now. And we're going to be able to just take the game next turn. So crazy stuff. You guys saw we were able to beat a metal deck pretty handily. The Alolan Ninetales was cool. Really didn't even need Mysterious Guidance. We just drew into everything we needed as far as items goes. But the Sublimation GX was absolutely essential to taking that win, just being able to be so aggressive there against a deck that should have typically outpaced us. There really was no reasonable way previously to knock out a 190 hit point Ultra Beast on the second turn of the game, but now we've just got it, and we could just be the aggressive deck, which is really, really, really cool for Guardy here. I mean, that's exciting, definitely exciting time to be a fairy Pokemon deck. Definitely. So let's see what my opponent's got here. They're going to go in with the Magnezone, which makes sense because they see that I only have 2 prizes remaining. They don't want to promote that Duskmane, but we had game on board anyway. We were going to be able to Guzma up that Duskmane on their bench and just knock it out. They must have missed the energy they needed in order to perform that game-winning attack, and we're like, you know what, you got it. But yeah, we did have it. So that's all good. Good game to my opponent. Super cool deck there. Love metal decks. Hopefully they kind of get themselves some footing in the current standard format. I think they're just like a lot of fun to play. We did see some Metagross dreams come true last format, so it'll be exciting to kind of delve into that as well. And that's something that I'm finding with the Lost Thunder set is that just so many decks are getting buffed. So many archetypes are kind of coming out the woodwork as being valid. It's tough to narrow down and just play only one, right? So you guys have kind of seen every single day for the last couple of weeks or last week that the set has been legal. I've been playing a new deck. That's because I want to put as much time into new decks as I can. What's up, WinSoul88? How you doing? Hello there. Hello. Give you the nice smiley face too. Excellent. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a great day so far. You got a Ditto Prism Star in the active position. Pretty cool. And then you're going to go in with a Lecter. I imagine that I am going to go in with a Lecter as well. And hopefully you're not going to knock me out on the second turn of the game. That's what I really want. But you were playing Zoroark Lycanroc, so that is a possibility. They definitely could knock out my active. I don't want that though, so we'll kind of tread carefully. I might have to get like 2 Alolan Vulpix, which is crazy. The Vulpix is just so meaningful to the start of this deck that you kind of just need 2, right? If I just put 1 into the active and it gets knocked out, that's just really bad. So hopefully our Lecter's in here. Yes, he is. All right, get over here, Lecter. We're going to go and get at least 1 Vulpix and maybe 2 Ralts. That seems good. But let's see, we get Ralts. We already got one of those. We got Vulpix, and then we can get another Ralts. And then I can Ultra Ball for another Vulpix, I guess. Seems a little sketch, but it probably is just the best thing for us to do so that we can guarantee ourselves to get the Ninetales turn 2. The Ninetales turn 2 doesn't actually get me a supporter, though. Actually, it might. I mean, I could get myself like an Ultra Ball, and am I thinking too much? Possibly. See, is my other Lele in the deck? Is my other Lele in the deck? Let me know. No, my other Lele is not in the deck, so we need to figure out a way to do this. Interesting. Okay, we'll get these. And then what I think I want to do, we got that. I do have just a turn 2, I have a turn 2 Ninetales with the Ultra Ball. I don't necessarily need to beacon for it, but I think I want to. And if I go get myself a little Ninetales, I can get myself Rare Candy and Ultra Ball. That seems really bad. That's like not what we want to do. So I think we're going to have to beacon here, which is unfortunate. But search for 3 water energies. We're not doing that. All right, so we'll beacon. And then I think I want to Ultra Ball for another Vulpix, which I do play Timer Ball. So let's see if the Timer Ball's in here. If the Timer Ball's in here, this plays fine. Timer Ball's not in here. No. Why is the Timer Ball not in here? Oh, yikes. Okay. Well, we're doing it now. We're doing it now, kids. Okay, let's go. So we've got the other Vulpix, and then we're going to get ourselves Bacon. We're going to Bacon for, we're wanting one of those guys, and then also one of those guys. Cool. So that's what we got. It's not great. I'm going to have to, since my Timer Ball's not in deck, what we want to do... Oh, no, I'm cool. I don't need Timer Ball. I've got the Swampert in my hand. See, I get like a little ahead of myself here. I always start combining like the Mysterious Guidances and the Beacons. Mentally. It's a lot to think about because you're thinking about like 2 separate plays as you're going out for your Beacon. But yes, I will be able to Mysterious Guidance for Rare Candy into Swampert, and then just draw out from there. And what we hope is that my opponent doesn't just, judge me or knock out my Mudkip. Those are the things that we hope that doesn't happen. But we out here now, we're going to see, bad. That is not what we wanted. So my opponent definitely has a knockout on my Vulpix. What do we do here? I think we hope we top deck out of it. That's all we got. That hand was everything we wanted. But Zoroark decks are known to play a lot of copies of Judge, so that's totally fair. I just need to figure out what I'm doing next turn. I guess it's tough. We just need that Alolan, Ninetales in my hand right now. I think we promote Lele. And I could just like swing into this thing. That feels like really bad, but it's all I got. And using Beacon feels even worse. So we'll just Energy Drive. Sure, whatever. We'll put some pressure on. And that way, if my opponent doesn't knock out this Lele this turn, I actually do take a knockout. I could go double DCE, knock this thing out. It's possible. Why you gotta judge me, bro? Ooh. And that definitely is a feel bad, but... it's cool. They might have Acerola. That is something they can do. And if they do that, that is going to feel bad. Definitely going to feel bad. But what more could we do? We got judged. It was an ugly judge. And now it is stuck. I've got a handful of double colorless energy. I could have beaconed, but the thing is that beacon for Alolan Ninetales wasn't going to work because, yeah, my opponent's going to knock out the Mudkip. That's fine. As long as they don't, have a different attacker. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, God, this is like the worst thing that could have possibly happened. Oh, no. This is horrible. Okay, so that happened. Yep, that's cool. That's fine. Mudkip down. We need, we need some stuff going on. They got the Acerola. They got the Lycanroc. They're good to go. I mean, they're just kind of cruising now. They got a Ditto Prism Star. That's sweet. The Ditto can be anything. Love it. Love it, man. They evolved into Zoroark, and now they're going to get to do it again. How busted is that? We can't really afford to beacon, I don't think. It's just not going to help us at all. So I'm just going to go in and kind of try to soften this thing up again. We got a Guardy, but it doesn't do anything. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, wasting that energy seems bad. So we'll just put that there, and then we're just going to energy drive again. And, you know, if by some miracle my opponent doesn't have Acerola again, I will be able to knock this thing out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm short. I need to do it. I was going to be short last turn as well. So I don't really know what I was hoping out for. I was going to be short by 10 damage. So, oh, yikes. I just was kind of quick calculating that in my head, and my math was wrong. So we would only be hitting that thing for 200 damage. So sad. So sad. But what more can you do? Just going to be one of those games where my opponent just kind of rails on me. It was nice to see you too, Winsol. Nice to see you too. Yikes. I wish there was a yikes here on the side panel. I would probably be slamming that just all the time. Just be like, yikes, yikes, yikes. Oh, bad. Oh, they got a Guzma. Don't knock out my Ralts with the fairy energy. No, leave him alone. Leave him be, please. Okay. At this point, I feel like a beacon is probably what the doctor ordered, but they're on odd prizes again, so we're just going to go in one more time, and we're going to hope that there we go. That's fine. There we go. You know what? Energy drive. 120. Take that. Now we're 2-hit KOing you. Now you're scared. A double DCE Lele. Oh my gosh. Get me out of this game, honestly. I hate to just quit on somebody, but like it gets to the point where you just know it's not worth playing. I could theoretically kind of whip up, I guess, a couple of Guardies, Twilight GX, throw some juice back into the deck, make this game last a little while. But I think that it would require just a little bit too much on my end in order to make that happen, where they just, like, if they just knock out this Lele, they have one prize. I mean, if they take, like, honestly, one more prize, then there's really no point in me playing the game. They should at any point be able to Dangerous Rogue, knock out. Yeah, you know, you got another Zoroark in your hand. That's pretty cool. You got a pretty sweet board position here. We can't do anything about it. So I think I'm just going to say sayonara and GG's to Winsol, but we'll see if you what your attack ends up looking like, and then we're just going to, scoop her up. That judge was very good. Very well played, sir. You got there. You did your thing. All right, what's your attack going to be? Yikes. Can we do the yikes? Yikes. No. Bad. All right. Trade. Goodness. Nothing else for me to do. I wish there was like more interaction, more things I could do over here on my side. Is this what it feels like to play against me? I feel like my opponents are probably constantly just like, what is this guy doing? While I'm sitting here like talking to the camera and trying to like make my plays out. But you know, when I have absolutely no hope of winning the game, it feels kind of bad to sit around and just wait for my opponent to do game-winning things like attach that fighting to the Lycanroc. So, oh well. See, they got retreat. They're going to hit me with the fresh one. They know that I'm 10 damage shy of being able to knock that out. But what they don't know is that I've got another DCE in my hand. And I could just go triple DCE. Knock out this Zoroark. So that is an option. And then if my opponent, I guess, are they going to knock out one of these guys on the bench? That actually helps me low-key. Like, that's actually pretty good. Because now my 6 energy Lele is just like full health mode. All right, let's go in. This is the moment we've been waiting for. They ain't going to knock it out. They ain't got it like that. All right, we've got Rare Candy into Guardy. Busted. Okay, doesn't really help us all that much, but it's something, and I'll take it. Then we've got triple DCE. Get out of here. Energy Drive. Revenge of the Lele. All right, so we've got 2 cards. We've got our Timer Ball, our long-lost Timer Ball, which is pretty cool. A little late there, Mr. Senor Timer Ball. That's, not exactly optimal. So my opponent can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. They got DCE and a choice band, and they knocked me out, which is just a very sad conclusion to this game. But I have to imagine that, they probably got it. They haven't seen a choice band yet. They have a lot of cards. They're going to go stack it. All right, good game, sir. I'm going to give you the Well played, and a smiley face. And then I am going to duck out to another game where I hopefully feel a little bit better about myself. Let's go. All right, game 3, Guardy Ninetales. We're 1-1. That last game was a little bit sad. That was just sad. That was just everything we didn't want to happen in one game. Early judge into just devastation. That's what Zoroark does best, though. So, honestly, Zoroark are kind of probably always just have a spot in the meta just because it could just do that, right? It abuses judge better than any other deck in format right now. What in the world is happening to my PTCGO? Is it frozen? Oh, no. Frozen. Am I back? I'm back. All right, here we go. Tails. So that was weird. Never seen that happen before. Yes, I'll go first. And we will see if we can take the dub and end up going, oh, this is a good starting hand. I'll take it. As long as we don't get judged. But see if we can end up going 2-1. We go positive on the day. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to feel positive about that. And that'd be fantastic. I need something to make me feel better about that. The judge, just got judged so hard. It just feels bad. Let's get in here. Vulpix start, busted, honestly. Look at that Vulpix. Such a cute card. Very cool. And we're going first. Love it. I can Ultra Ball away probably the Guzma and a Fairy Energy, I guess. Probably makes the most sense. And then we can just go get Elm, and then we can Elm for a bunch of things. But that's also kind of a bummer because then we got to wait to Beacon, and that's like not what we want. So maybe I'll just go in with a Lily. Lily seems more exciting. We're going in with Lily. We're going to get Lele. Yes, there's Lele. I was going to say the Leles aren't prized, are they? Stop that. All right, so here they are. We got Lele. We're going to go boom, bam, yes, and then we get the Lily. That one. And we'll attach our Fairy Energy, our Choice Band, and draw 7 cards, which is good. We didn't want to just not have a supporter next turn. You guys kind of see what I'm doing there. It's just having no supporter Beacon just feels bad when there's no real reason to have a no supporter Beacon if I don't need to. Then we are going to Ultra Ball, I guess, I have a rare candy in hand, so we actually could just go in and get the turn 2. That's interesting. I think I Ultra Ball away the Tapu Lele and the Elm, or I could just Elm next turn. I'm probably not in a hurry and could just be kind of slower about this. I could get myself a Guardy next turn, Elm for a couple things, go for there. That's probably fine. I'm probably not taking a knockout next turn, though I could take a knockout next turn. I don't need to. I could afford to play a little bit slower. So let's hope my opponent doesn't judge me here. I think I like waiting. That way I could just go get Guardy next turn with that Ultra Ball. And then I'll save the Alolan Ninetales for potentially the following turn, I think. Interesting stuff. I just don't think that this hand is necessarily the best hand to Alolan Ninetales out of it. Might be. I could get myself double rare candy, double Ultra Ball. Oh, I could get the Timer Ball. Yeah, so the Timer Ball could be really good, actually. So potentially, and if I wanted to go all in on that play, I would have Ultra Balled for the Mudkip. Ultra Ball away the Elm and the Lele. Go get Mudkip. And then next turn, I Alolan Ninetales and go for Timer Ball. Hope for double heads, right? That's kind of the dream play there. But I think I just was opting to be a little bit more conservative, which is fine. The Timer Ball always sketches me out. I hate relying on Timer Ball, but I think just the Alolan Ninetales just loves it because you really want that free search for an evolution, because Rare Candy Timer Ball off of Mysterious Guidance is just what you want. So, you want Rare Candy double Timer Ball heads. That's the dream play off of Mysterious Guidance, but sometimes it's just going to fall flat on your face. You're going to go get Rare Candy Timer Ball and you're going to get 0 and it's going to feel bad. And then Rare Candy Ultra Ball doesn't always work because you don't always have enough cards in your hand to Ultra Ball away, which that feels bad. And then Great Ball whiffs sometimes too. I was playing around with Great Ball, but I think as a one of, Timer Ball is just better than Great Ball. If you can fit 2 or 3, then maybe Great Ball becomes better because you can search out your basics with it. But just as one that you get off of Mysterious Guidance, Timer Ball is definitely the way to go. My opponent is playing some sort of Zoroark Golisopod deck. Zoroark deck should be favorable for us. Like, we should be cool here, but you never know. I'm just going to take my good old time here. Honestly, I don't really care to be too aggressive with things. I don't actually even feel like that this Vulpix is necessarily going to get knocked out. So I'll just attach another energy, I think. And then that, or I could Cynthia this turn and then Beacon. That's probably cool. No. We're just going to keep this hand. This hand already has everything that we need in it. So then let's just, we'll just do the good old Lecter here. We're going to get ourselves a Mudkip and then probably another Vulpix just in case my active gets knocked out. Though I don't feel like it's gonna. I'm gonna live on the edge. We're just gonna get those two. Can I put them in my hand? Oh, I could put them in my hand. Busted. All right, we're doing this. Sweet. I was gonna say I felt like it was onto the bench, but that's Bridget I'm thinking of. So we'll get the Mudkip, we'll get the Ralts, and then we'll just slap those down, and then that way I have plenty of Pokemon in play, and then we're just gonna Beacon, and I could just guarantee myself like the Swampert here, which is insane, and then I also want to have Guardy next turn, but we hopefully have to not get our Vulpix knocked down. So if Vulpix lives, we're just in it. We're good to go. And then I get the rare candy off of that. I can power draw, and then we're kind of cruising here. The deck is just set up ideally. I was contemplating what to put down on this 5th bench spot here. I'm not sure that Ralts was correct. I think maybe Vulpix is probably just better. But then, like, I don't want to have too many non-Guardy Pokemon on my bench. I think, like, it was a greedy play to leave the Vulpix out here, but I was thinking to myself that this deck just doesn't play like a lot of switch cards. It plays a lot of Guzmas and stuff. So my thought process was that if they did end up having the switch to get this Oranguru out of the active, that they would have more than likely Guzma'd the Golisopod into the active position. And if they Guzma the Golisopod into the active position, I was going to want more Ralts than Vulpix, right? Because imagine how bad it is if I put the Vulpix down, then my opponent Guzmas this Golisopod into the active position and takes out a Ralts. Then I have one Ralts and I'm just here like feeling super bad about that. So that was my fear. I think the Ralts, after kind of like talking it out loud, I think the Ralts is the correct play there. And, you know, but that's like, this is all stuff you end up thinking about. I ended up getting the third, the other Alolan Vulpix there off of the Professor Elm's lecture just so that I have it just in case. I don't know, if this one gets knocked out, it's cool. I'll just proceed. We'll be able to rare candy into Guardy and kind of just go forward, but I could just bench that Vulpix and not feel super bad about it. They did get the DCE to retreat, though, so that is sad, and they are going to knock out this Vulpix. So now it's going to be interesting to see, if my plans kind of buff out here. I think we are just going in full aggression, and we're going to hope that we just get, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to just rare candy the active into the, we're going to forego the Swampert for now, which feels kind of bad, but we're just going to be a little bit greedy here, so that's cool. Let's get rid of those guys, yep, and then we're going to get a Curlia and kind of just set up the old-fashioned way. And let's see, we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I need a Fairy Energy off of this Cynthia. Let's go. Let's get it. Come on. Give me a Fairy Energy. Just one Fairy Energy. And we didn't get it. Oh, how sad. Okay, so plan B. We didn't get a rare candy either, so I can't even get the Swampert out into play. Oh, we don't want to take any non-GX knockouts. That just feels super bad. So I think we don't want to take any, I guess it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah, we're just at 18, 190. We don't want to take any 2-hit knockouts. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what I was thinking. We don't really want to take any 2-hit knockouts, so I don't think that I'm going to. I think I'll probably just Twilight here to throw some stuff back into the deck just to have it. So let's just take this opportunity to Twilight, because if we just get like, if my opponent is able to just, what am I thinking? If they're able to just, you know, Acerola, that's it. Is it like my whole discard pile? If they're able to Acerola, that's just going to feel absolutely horrendous. So we're going to take the opportunity to kind of charge some resources back into the deck. And unfortunately, we were so close to getting that knockout, but just barely missed it. There's nothing else I really could have gotten. I guess if I shoved like a... It would be pretty cool. I was thinking, oh my gosh, yeah. I was like, did I just misplay? Like, it was just my life flashed before my eyes. Like, did I just forget to Mysterious Guidance for Rare Candy and get the Swampert out? No, because that Vulpix wasn't down. So you saw that I actually just got burned on not benching the Vulpix, and I probably would have been able to take that knockout if I had benched the Vulpix instead of the Ralts. So, you know, it's 6-1, half dozen another. I don't know. It was kind of like, I guess with only a 2-card hand, I should have thought that maybe my opponent would be more likely to draw into a switch out or something like that in order to get the Oranguru out of the active position and end up knocking out my Vulpix rather than having the Guzma knockout. But that's all, it's fine. This is all like judgment calls and things like that. So you can see how just that last Pokemon that I benched ended up potentially deciding the way this whole game went. If I did have the option to evolve into a Alolan Ninetales, then I could have gotten myself a Swampert. And then if I get a Swampert, maybe I hit that Fairy Energy, knock out this Golisopod, and then, you know, then we're just cruising. Then we're good to go. And we should be cool here. Honestly, I don't really think that my opponent can win this game, even with that kind of little bump in the road that we had to endure, because we're just going to take some pretty massive knockouts here back to back. And they did have the Acerola, so I did call that kind of spot on here. And they're going to have to deal with 2-hit knockouts while I'm just kind of bludgeoning them with huge 1-hit knockouts with Gardevoirs and stuff like that. Now, we did use our GX already, so we have to get the most out of our energy from here on out. I don't have any other energy recovery cards. It's just got to be, everything's got to be utilized appropriately. So let's start off with the Timer Ball, see if we get any juice out of our deck. And we do. We got a Swampert, so that's somebody that we wanted to see. That is very good. And then I can evolve into a Alolan Ninetales, go get 2 Rare Candy, Ultra Ball. Yeah. We're going to pare this hand down. That's very good. So we'll get Swampert, and then we'll get Alolan Ninetales, get ourselves a couple copies of Rare Candy. Yes, I would like 2 Rare Candy, please. I'm not going to max potion this thing. That is just like kind of an egregious waste of energy that I can't really afford. So we'll Rare Candy our Swampert here. And then we're going to go get ourselves Guardy. So let's get rid of these guys. I guess I can Ultra Ball. I guess I could evolve this Guardy. That just feels so bad. I don't think that I actually want to do that. I don't want to evolve that one there. That just would be horrendous. So let's evolve that Guardy there. And then what? This thing does Sensitive Ray 70 plus 90 more. It can do 160, which I guess I don't have any choice bands in the discard pile. I got one here. I could potentially end the game on a Tapu Lele with it. But to Lily for just one more card, I promise you, if I do not get a Fairy Energy off of these 8 cards, I was gonna be angry. So there we go. Cool, we got it. Let's do that. Get ourselves the Guardy. That's cool. Now we got just tons of Guardies in play. And then we're going to want to, Power Draw kind of feels bad here, but I kind of want it just in case my opponent tries to tease me with the non-GX. I don't really think that they have a non-GX to use, really, but I kind of want to see some more cards here. I should have Power Draw before I Ultra Ball. I don't really know what I was thinking there. That's like a no-brainer. You just do that. So that was a misplay on my part, but it's all good. We are going to be just fine. So let's just Power Draw the Guzma. That's a feel bad. We shouldn't have done that. We should have Power Drawed away something first. But I got a little excited, so please forgive me. And then we will Secret Spring Fairy onto the active, so we could take that knockout. Now we are doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, enough to knock out that Golisopod. Then we can also Secret Spring onto one of these benched fellas. Very good. And I could attach the DCE as well, but they might play Enhanced Hammer, and you just never know. So I don't really want to give them that option in case they do play Enhanced Hammer. But well, we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, that way we should just be squared away to take a knockout on like whatever we want next turn. We've got Fairy Energy, that's great. We've got Guzmas in deck. I've got 2 Guzmas left in deck, but we do just have 1 power draw at our disposal to make sure that we get everything that we need to take whatever knockout we're going to have to take. So definitely kind of still on the play here as well as far as trying to figure out what are we going to need to put together in order to take this knockout. But my opponent promotes the Lele, so I'm interested to see what they're going to decide to do, how they're going to decide to play out of this. Do they just have a DC and they want to take a knockout with Lele? I'm not exactly sure why they would take the knockout with Lele if they didn't have to. They can take the knockout with Zoroark. They only have to do like 80 damage, and Zoroark has more hit points, so Zoroark is more difficult for me to knock out, though they could just get there with the Lele for sure. A play like this makes me think that they have Guzma just by promoting the Tapu Lele, but I don't really know what target they would be looking at as a hot target to Guzma up. So I think that we're probably just cool. They're probably going to slap DCE, take the knockout with Lele, then I'll be able to go in, knock out that thing with Guardy, and try to find a super boost or something like that in order to take my final prizes. If I do find super boost, it's going down this turn. That would be kind of ideal. I think, I don't know, maybe let's see. No, it's not going down this turn. It would have to go down next turn. So I would need to find another stage 2. There's the super boost. Speaking of super boost, now I wish I had promoted the clean one, right? Because then I get to spread my energy out a little bit better, but that's fine. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I just can, yeah, we could just do that. So that's cool. Honestly, this Guardy's not going anywhere. I'm just going to grip that super boost in my hand, and we're just going to see how that goes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then the choice band gets there. So we'll just Secret Spring onto the active, and I could save that choice band, but I kind of want to draw just like one more card, so off a Lily. So we'll do that. I can also power draw. Yep, that's cool. So we'll do that. We'll Lily for a couple, and then we got Max Potion Cynthia. Oh, did I already power draw? Guess so. So yes, I did. I power drawed into all this stuff. Duh. Okay, so we've got Guzma too. That's super cool. Though the Guzma is a little bit weird because I don't have a free retreater, but that's fine. Infinite Force. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Knockout. 6. So Guardy's getting in here, really doing exactly what Guardy needs to do this game. My opponent doesn't really have an easy way to one-hit knockout, anything that I got going on. Guardy's a tank. 230 hit points is just like a ton of hit points. It could be really stressful to deal with if your deck doesn't really have the one-hit KO capability. So looks like that's kind of what we ran into here. My last opponent was able to just run me off the board before I got stabilized. But once this deck is up and running, very, very hard to take down. There's not really a lot of great options, like I said, to hit 230 in format, unless you're a Blacephalon deck, but this deck can even trade with Blacephalon pretty easily. And we see that I do play like a healthy amount of Max Potion in this deck. I also got the 2 non-GX Guardies in this deck. Brilliant Search is actually kind of a crazy attack. I didn't really read that before. So who needs Sylveon when we can Brilliant Search, right? That's kind of interesting for sure. My opponent is going to Judge, but I've got everything that I need. Honestly, I could see playing 1 copy of the Tapu Koko promo just to have like a free retreater on the bench so that you're much better off with your Guzma plays, but that's like kind of an afterthought. Honestly, you usually have everything that you want. You usually have like, just the right amount of bench space to have everything that you want, and don't really have a lot of free space for luxuries like that. So we're going to see if we can knock out this Glycopod. I think it's only going to be poking me for 60 damage since my opponent didn't actually get to retreat it into the active position this turn. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Going to need to find something here. Probably want that super boost if we can help it. So let's see here. We'll rescue Stretcher and get like a Ralts, I think, back into play. Or we can Ultra Ball away to Guzma's as well. And then Cynthia. That seems fine. Yeah, let's just do that. So we're going to rescue Stretcher. Put a Pokemon from my discard pile. Yup, we're going to get that guy right there. Very good. And then we're going to hope we hit some energy. So let's Ultra Ball to... Yup, we're going to do that. Thin our deck a little bit. Feels bad to have all my Guzmas in the discard pile, but I am going for win here. So we're just going to, we're going to rock it. Let's see. Cynthia, we need some energies on deck, please. We've got one. Ooh, all right, so that could be a little bit bad, but we'll see how we end up doing. Let's see. All right, we got more. Okay, so I think we should be good now. We got the double Secret Spring and the DCE. That is plenty of energy to knock out this Golisopod for game. And we can see here just the power draw, so good with Guardy. You really need it in order to make sure that you hit the things that you need. You could rely more heavily on the Alolan Vulpix, but I think just the synergy with having the super boost in the deck as well just gives you some really crazy surprise one-hit KOs that the deck really loves to have, because you want to load up certain Pokemon with like tons of energy, and then being able to kind of just surprise get a Guardy whipped up out of nowhere with 4 energy attached to it is just way too good to pass up. You could play things to help boost like overall consistency with like a thicker Alolan Ninetales line without using the Swampert. Like if you played Energy Lottos and things like that, you could get away with maybe just playing thicker Ninetales and no Swamperts, but you're talking about taking away 4 cards, so you're going to take away those 4. You're going to add maybe like 1 more Ninetales, 1 more Vulpix maybe, and then you're like, maybe you don't. Maybe you just keep it 3-2, but then you get to add 4 cards, and I'm not sure that 4 cards would be able to increase the value that you get out of having the 2-2 Swampert line and just being able to kind of churn through your deck turn after turn. So anyways, that's it. That's my Alolan Ninetales Guardy deck. Let me know, what do you guys think of this deck in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell, check out the Etsy store and Patreon stuff in the description below. Peace.